Those were the sweet sounds of Buffalo Soldier by Bob Marley on Kazoo! Today, joining us at Ffion and Rory's Opulent Eatery of Mystique, Drama and Surprise, we have a very, very, very special guest coming all the way from the other side of the world. It's Katie, my sister, coming from Mexico.
Hello, hello. Or should I say hola?
Are going berserk. And you should say hola. Absolutely right. So, Katie, tell us a little bit about yourself. How do you find yourself in Mexico, of all places?
Well, I really wanted to improve my Spanish, seeing as I was actually a Spanish teacher. And I thought my Spanish wasn't really quite good enough to do that. And I thought, what would be a fun way to do it? And I thought going to Mexico would be fun.
Yeah.
And turns out I was right. So I managed to get myself a job in apparently the most expensive private school in the whole of Mexico.
Wow.
And that's where I've been working for the last year and just over a year. And I'm very much looking forward to my contract being ended in June. But it has been a great experience. And I think my Spanish is much better now. So I have, in some ways, achieved the goal.
Great. So it's been a success. Yeah. Do you have any ideas yet, Katie, about what's next for you on the horizon?
What's next for me? I'm going to come back to Bristol and I'm going to try and get a job in Bristol. And I need to decide what I'm going to do with my house.
Yeah.
Where currently my best friend Cos, who owns half of the house, is living there with her boyfriend and an American girl who I think feels very much like the gooseberry. And can you just guess, how many bikes do you think is a normal amount of bikes for a house of 3 people?
I'd say 3.
3 bikes.
Maybe 3 bikes.
Okay. How many do you think is too many bikes for a house of 3?
I'd say 6. Anything more than 4.
6 bikes would be way too many, because 2 bikes each is way too many.
Okay, well, do you want to guess how many bikes are currently in my house?
1. 8.
More.
I'm going to go 10.
More.
Whoa, 15.
We're at a grand total of 13 bikes.
Oh, Katie, that's crazy. So it's more than 4 bikes each.
More than 4 bikes each, and Mel, the American girl, doesn't have a bike.
Oh,
so, I mean, the ratios are wrong.
Not
including my bike, which is at our parents' house, Rory. So,
but you would have 14 if you left yours.
Yeah, we'd have 14 bikes, and that is assuming that Alejandro, Cos's boyfriend, doesn't buy any more bikes in the interim period, which we hope he doesn't.
Where is he?
Because I think all of the bikes are inside in his bedroom, which means it's completely defunct as a room. It's become a garage, basically.
Yeah. And probably workshop too, I'm guessing, if he's got 14 of them, because he must know how to fix them and stuff.
Yes, exactly.
For him.
So it's far too many bikes.
Do you think the workshop will be a permanent feature when you move back?
Well, I you know what I'm like. I think what we'll do is we'll remake the shed. I think we're going to try and improve the shed that you and I built together, Rory.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, I did buy that shed perhaps a bit hastily. It said it would fit 3 bikes in there. And it barely did. It barely did. So I think we need to find a better shed solution. So that's going to be priority number 1, is sorting out the garden, then the shed.
Yeah.
And probably finding some place in the house where we could store their bikes inside.
So
2 bikes.
To me, now I don't want to tread on any toes here, but it sounds to me like your strategy for dealing with the 13 bikes in the house strategy is not problem is not to have fewer bikes, but to have more places where Alejandro can store his many bikes.
I don't feel I can tell him, get rid of the bikes, but I think I can say it by immediately obsessing over where the bikes can go.
I like it. Passive aggressive bike storage.
Passive aggressive means that I've got available, which is by doing DIY bad DIY.
Yeah, I'm actually very available to help you with bad DIY. I won't do any good DIY with you, but I would come down to do bad DIY anytime.
Perfect. Well, we may need you. We may need you down there.
Yeah.
And you were great last time. So I think what I might try and do is turn that shed into planters.
Yeah.
For the garden, and then make a new shed that has got better, probably made out of metal, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and say I'm not going to do any DIY.
Okay.
Please don't. Just come down for snacks.
Come down and bring a couple of bikes with you.
Yeah, perfect.
Bring your bike round.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what, and I feel like I'm going to then step into their nest.
Yeah.
Which is also my house, but it's where they'll have been, kind of happy and on their own and with their own space. And I'm going to come and kind of ruin it. So we need to decide what to do with the house. And hopefully I'll get a job in the next few months back in Bristol.
Yeah. Well, good luck. That sounds like a lot of plates to spin, but a lot of exciting things coming up.
Yes. Yes.
After
Christmas, I can start.
Speaking of plates, we would like to welcome you into our Opulent Eatery of mystique, drama and surprise. And I'm going to start off by asking you, what does your dream eatery look like?
And now for a word from our sponsors. Kazoos! Love making music? Don't know how to do anything at all useful? Get a kazoo! They come in all sorts of cool colours like silver. Get a kazoo! They're great for making tooting noises like this. Get a kazoo! You can make all sorts of great music with a kazoo. Thanks, kazoo.
Oh, okay. So my dream eatery, I really like a kind of Moroccan style, hippie-ish, boudoir-esque kind of, that's my vibe. Those are the vibes. Okay. We've got kind of low seating, maybe even on the floor.
Yeah.
Low tables. We've got some kind of harpy, maybe sounds of the Sahara.
So you're
style.
talking there about the music instrument, not the mythical creature. You don't want like harpies coming at you from the ceiling.
No scary beasts.
Okay.
No mosquitoes. We want lots of candles. We want lanterns potentially hanging from the ceiling. I would like some kind of silky curtains.
Okay, so strong on fire hazards.
Strong on fire hazards, exactly. And big light. And quite dark. It's got to be quite dark. I like eating it in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitch black or just sort of so dimly that you can't really see what's in front of you?
You need to be able to see each other.
Okay.
Not straining your eyes, and the plates of food, obviously.
Yeah.
But you don't want it to be like a dentist or overlit.
No, that's true. That's very true.
I would say a lot of modern restaurants have the dentist vibe.
Yeah.
They do. They've got like kind of bright white as well, no warm lighting, which I don't like. Not into that.
No one likes that. You want
dim mood lighting, ambiance.
Yeah.
Dim. Exactly. That's what we want. We want dim, dark, not dank.
Not dank. My goodness, not dank. Maybe
And the
incense.
colour schemes, I'm imagining kind of like terracotta-y,
Oh, of course.
greens, dark purples, dark reds.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of orange in there, kind of garish colours all together.
Mediterranean color palette.
Exactly. Yeah. Very much. So that's the dream restaurant. I'm imagining. I'm actually sat now on a kind of octagonal table, and I think that's what I would like for my dream restaurant. So I actually have a conceptual question about this. Is this like my last ever meal? Or is this the meal I have to eat every day forever? Or is this just my ideal meal?
Ideal meal is where I would.
Yeah, if you want it to be your last ever meal, we can certainly arrange it.
I have to say, Katie, one of our guests did actually turn it into their last ever meal in the process of film.
They did.
Their final request was that they die in a blaze of glory.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They were so excited about their meal, they thought, you know what, that's the way I want to go out.
Yeah.
So if that's how it ends, that's how it ends, but it's not intended to be your last meal.
Yeah. That is okay, that's good to know. Now that I'm clear on that, I'm able to answer better, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's start here then. Still or sparkling water?
Oh, I would have a sparkling water, please. And actually, I've got really into this drink that they do over here, which is called a suero. And it's basically a suero.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's basically lime juice, salt, a salted rim.
Yeah.
And sparkling water.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Nice.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Sam Rand from B.
Yay! He's coming for course number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. He's got to come for course number 1. So that is sparkling water. Is it being served to you in the glass? Are you having a suero? Or is it coming in a bottle that's separate and you're making your own drink?
So I'm going to get the lime and the salt with the salted rim. I'm going to get that, and then I top up how much of the sparkling water I'd like.
Yep.
Please, darling.
Now, that brings me back actually round to a question I should have asked before. Obviously, this place will have waiting staff. What sort of vibe do the waiting staff give?
I think I would like, kind of like that guy that just photobombed us there. I'd like a waiter that's potentially over friendly. Maybe who's got a few anecdotes for me.
Yeah.
Could even be an inattentive waiter. I quite like that. Yeah. I've got really used to it in Mexico where you can be ignored.
Yeah.
ignored for a long time. Or things come in a random order, like drinks after the food.
Yeah, well, yeah. Who needs drinks? I've always said that no one needs to drink any fluids.
It's ready.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if nobody else has got anything. So I quite like that, and I like a waiter that's got like a cheeky accent.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I'd like a cheeky accent. What do you think is the cheekiest accent?
Dutch.
Oh, okay. I'll have a Dutch waiter. Okay. Yeah.
The Dutch waiter.
The Dutch are famously cheeky.
They're so cheeky.
They are quite cheeky.
Yeah.
And they've got quite a good poker face at first, haven't they? And then you realise, my God, this person's so cheeky.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cheeky.
It's like
they crack the surface.
Yeah.
So you've got your sparkling water. Your cheeky Dutch waiter's coming back over, and now he's saying to you,
poppadoms or bread, Katie?
God, this is a really hard question, guys. Does it come with anything? If I get poppadoms, do I get chutneys?
Yes.
It can come.
Yeah,
with
it's not just plain poppadoms, because poppadoms on their own would not be very nice.
And is this my starter?
No, you'll get a starter too. This is a pre-starter
as well.
This is the
what does the bread come with? Do I get to specify what type of bread?
You can choose the bread, you can choose the butter, you can choose anything. You can choose the oil and vinegar combo.
Oh, it's so tricky, isn't it? I think I'm going to go with bread because I think I've got chutneys coming later.
Okay. Full on chutney later.
So, yeah, I think I will start with some rosemary focaccia.
Okay. Yeah.
With orange. black olives,
Yeah.
and I would like high quality olive oil, salt, and balsamic vinegar and honey.
Oh,
Yeah.
honey.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
That does sound good. Sounds delicious.
Yeah. And it needs to be warm, fresh from the oven.
Are you sharing
I'm
with
sharing.
the table? Okay.
You're sharing with the table.
How many people
Hopefully
are on
you'll-
your table?
Who's on my table?
How many
Well-
people? But you can tell me who afterwards.
Well, because I've got an octagonal table, I think it'd be 4 Christmas trees size.
Perfect.
Okay, the size of 4 stonking Christmas trees.
Okay, so it's a big table.
It's a big table.
Yeah.
So we're going to need a lot of focaccia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A huge amount of
And you've
focaccia.
got so octagonal table, so you're having 8.
More than one Dutch waiter.
Yeah, probably 3 Dutch waiters.
Yes.
doing the job of one waiter.
Oh, at most.
Yeah.
At most. At a push. Okay, so you've got your 3 Dutch waiters, you've got your octagonal table, 4 Christmas trees in size. You're having your delicious rosemary focaccia with your pals. You've polished that off. You've polished it off quite quickly, actually, because you're hungry.
Yeah.
And then back comes our Dutch waiter, and he says,
What would you like for starter?
"What would you like for your starter?"
Oh, he's from Russia.
No, he's Dutch.
I was obviously
Oh,
Dutch.
yes. I like it's actually Borat. I
It's
would like, please, for my starter and for the whole table, a masala dosa.
Oh, lovely.
What's
with
that?
it is a kind of South Indian fermented lentil pancake, which is cooked very crispy, rolled up in a kind of fat cigarette shape and stuffed with mashed potato curry.
So good. It's so good.
And it comes with 5 chutneys. So one is going to be a coconut chutney. We've got a green chili, we've got a red chili, we've got a raita, and then we've got a classic, just kind of red onion garnishy pico de gallo thing going on. Okay, and that would... Sorry?
Are you dunking into the chutneys? Are you spreading? How does it work?
So what you do is you rip off bits of the crispy pancake and you dunk.
Right.
Yeah. It's
And then
written
you
down.
get some of the potato and you just chuck it in your gob, and it is, I think it's potentially the best meal
I actually
in the
agree.
world.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's superb. It's truly amazing.
It's a fantastic place, Ffion, that when I come back, I'm going to take you for a dosa. If you haven't had a dosa,
Never.
You never dose.
I've never dosed. I need a dosa.
just really close to my house in Bristol, there is a fantastic dosa restaurant.
Wow.
And apparently there's even a new one that has recently opened. So we will have to go there when I'm back.
How
Okay.
exciting.
Amazing.
Have my first dosa.
Yeah. What I'm
It's an
enjoying about this,
You won't look back.
what I'm enjoying about this so far, Katie, it appears to me that not only are you in control of everything else, but you're also ordering for all the people at your table.
Well, it's my meal and they're in my restaurant. So
So they will eat what you say.
they must eat and drink exactly what I want them to.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think that this is the first time we've had a real fascist on the show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we've had you on.
A complete control freak.
Yeah.
No,
So
they're welcome to order other things, but
they just won't
I
buy.
feel like there's only one menu at this restaurant, and that's my menu.
Yeah.
So they could have more bread if they want, or just the chutneys.
I'd never thought about that. That does make total sense. It is just your menu
Yeah.
that's available.
Yeah,
So,
that's the whole point. But I
yeah.
just like the fact that somebody's codified it here so that
Yeah.
it
It's
has
in the
it.
bylaws.
Yeah. Sorry, but actually it's just what it says. Yeah. So Katie, with your dosa, what are you having to drink? Now we're talking proper drinks. We've done the sparkling water. We've polished that off. We've got more for the table, of course. We've got an endless supply.
Yeah.
What are you having for your proper drink?
Okay. Well, I think it's a toss-up. I'm probably going to need your help here because I've got really into cocktails recently,
Nice.
and I need your help to decide between a frozen margarita or
Margarita.
a Negroni.
Oh.
What do you think?
And now for a word from our sponsors. Knitted Brussels sprouts? Get yourself a knitted Brussels sprout to complete your Christmas collection. I love knitted Brussels sprouts, particularly when they're green and round. And they've got little eyes that look a little bit scary, like they're staring into the heart of your soul. Get a knitted Brussels sprout from any good retailers near you. For only $9.99. This Christmas, get a knitted Brussels sprout. Ooh, they'll make you think about tasty food like Brussels sprouts. Ooh, yes, get me a Brussels sprout in my tummy. Thanks, knitted Brussels sprouts.
Negroni is quite like savoury.
And Negroni is a very bitter drink.
It's very bitter.
A
And
frozen margarita is
quite
fun.
sour.
Yeah. I think you've already had the salty, limey experience of the swearer.
That's true.
Right. Okay, so maybe I need a Negroni.
Maybe, yeah. Plus, it makes you look super sophisticated.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're going to impress
Okay,
the Dutch waiters. They might be they might be slightly more attentive to you after you order the Negroni.
Yeah.
Negroni. And we can have an option to have a sparkling Negroni, which is quite exciting as well.
Yeah.
And for the non-drinkers, I would have them make up a similar alcohol-free Negroni.
Nice.
So I'm not going to be a complete fascist and impose.
Mostly a fascist.
Yeah. And I would like with Negroni, it needs to have a bit of cucumber in it, because that gives a bit of relief, because it is very bitter, and the cucumber kind of mellows it out and makes it a bit fresher.
Nice.
So yeah.
Okay.
And that's course number one.
Nice. And now we're going to whip straight onto the main course here.
Yeah.
Waits back over. He's waited a couple of hours. You know, he's half-heartedly cleared away a couple of the plates, and then he's come back later to clear the rest. And he says, "What would you like for your mains?"
For your mains? Very hard. It's very hard to choose this.
Yeah.
Because I've had a lot of thoughts about kind of nostalgic foods, childhood.
Yeah.
Would I have
Are you going for tomato?
Pasta meat sauce? You know, would I have cheese on toast with beans? But then I was like, no, you're in a restaurant. You don't want those things in a restaurant.
Probably don't really want those
I
things.
really love brothy meals like laksa soup.
Yeah.
Or ramen.
Yeah.
I feel like I've already had an Asian inspired starter.
Yeah.
So should I go Asian again with the main? What do you think?
I think you've got to go wherever your heart sings.
With your heart sings. I think it's got to be that's my favorite type of food. It's the kind of ramen. So I think what I'd have is I'd have a laksa broth with rice noodles and a garnish of deep fried tofu and bean sprouts and coriander and crispy chili sauce and peanuts. So the laksa soup itself has got a base of cashew nuts, I think, and turmeric and fish sauce, and there's a vegan alternative for that as well, and garlic and ginger, and it's just absolutely delicious, and loads of coconut milk. And that is just an absolutely delicious, and also it needs to have an egg in it as well, like a soft boiled.
It's got to have an egg. It must have an egg. Eggs necessary.
And
the crispy onions, crunions.
Crunions are in there.
Crunions.
I'm a huge fan of crunions. I put them on everything.
Yeah, you're a big crunion guy.
So addictive, those crunions. Is there anything that you can't have crunions on?
I haven't found it, and I've tried.
Phil was eating his table earlier with the crunions.
They just on everything.
Yeah, just loving it.
Oh,
you
will appreciate this.
Ice cream. Yes, sorry.
The other day, I had Marmite pasta with crunions on top.
That is
that's a K-Mag meal.
It was delicious.
Yeah, that should be in your dream restaurant, shouldn't it? Really?
Yeah. I've converted Ash to the Marmite pasta now, and he really understands how great that meal is, how versatile.
I crave it every day.
Restorative. It needs to have so much butter in it and so much black pepper.
Yes.
But the Crunions I'm going to try that, Ffion. That could be my Christmas lunch this year, as we're going very non-traditional.
So we've had the laksa, and the waiter is now asking you, what would you like for dessert?
How's he doing that?
What would you like for dessert?
It's what I like for dessert.
Yeah, he's a robot.
Dutch robot.
Well, barely Dutch. He's got a whiff of Dutch, but he's mostly robot. Dutchish.
Well, I feel like we could have a Dutch robot serving us. I would like for dessert. Here they call it like a volcano, but it's basically like a kind of chocolate fondant.
Okay.
Souffle cake.
Yeah.
That inside it's all melted and just delicious gooey chocolatiness. And the outside is kind of like a sponge.
Yeah, we're loving that.
And I would have that, and it's going to be chocolate orange flavour with pistachio ice cream on the side.
Oh, we're loving it.
Yes.
We're in heaven.
And I would need also some coffee at the end, I think.
What sort of coffee would you be having?
I think maybe an espresso is quite nice when you've had like absolutely loads of food.
Yeah.
Could I have with my starter? Could I have a few dips, but with the bread?
Yeah. What dips would you like?
I would like baba ganoush, and hummus.
Yeah.
And tzatziki.
Oh yeah, we're in now.
Yeah, we've got sats.
Because I feel like then I've kind of hit all the major cuisines that I love. We'll have a bit of Middle Eastern.
Yeah, you've had a great time there, haven't you?
Yeah, then we'll have Indian, then we'll have Asian.
Yeah. That's the
three main food groups.
And then we'll finish it off with just like kind of posh French style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a shot of maybe Italian espresso.
Yeah. Do you think I've been a bit boring though with the meal? Do you think I've just gone with like foods that are just too nice?
No, I don't. You just picked great food and you're having a lovely time.
I had a bit more Marmite pasta vibes.
Yeah.
Well, obviously I had gone into this hoping you were going to pick Marmite pasta.
But the fact you haven't is only devastating one of us.
I know, I let you down.
Let me down. Then it's fine. I'll get over it.
I have also,
if it's okay for you,
the door for masala dosa to manifest in your life.
That's true.
And when
I've learned a new food.
Because that might take over from Marmite pasta.
Well, I doubt it.
Come on, might do.
I doubt it.
So, Katie, if it's okay with you, I'm going to read back your menu to you. I'm aware that we've only got about 2 minutes left on the recording.
Okay.
So you joined us at the Opulent Eatery of Mystique, Drama and Surprise. And it's a style restaurant. It's a bit hippie-ish. It's got boudoir vibes. You're basically sitting on the floor, surrounded by fire and silk. You're having a great time. It's a Mediterranean colour palette. It's, lurid, frankly, and pretty upsetting to the eyes. And you're being served at your...
But it had disco balls.
It's got disco balls. You're being served at your 4 Christmas tree size octagonal table by a rude Dutchman who is not really listening to you. He doesn't really care about you, but he is overly friendly at the same time and has way too many anecdotes. He spends most of his time just telling you stories about his life and doesn't really do his job. But you're loving that. You're there for it. You're also forcing all of your guests to have exactly the same food as you, even though most of them are allergic to it. You've got sparkling water, which, in Suero style. It's lime juice, it's salt, and you're topping that up yourself at your own leisure because the waiter is not coming anywhere near you again. I'll tell you one thing, he's not coming back. For your first round, you're having bread. It's rosemary focaccia. It's black olives. It's olive oil, salt, and balsamic vinegar. High quality only. It's baba ganoush. It's hummus. It's tzatziki on the side. Your starter is masala dosa with 5 chutneys: the green and red chili, the red onion, the coconut, the raita. Your drink for all of this is going to be the Negroni, but everyone else will be thinking, "Oh, it's a bit unpleasant, actually, Katie. I don't really like that," but they're going to have to drink it anyway.
For the main course, I'd like also a selection of wines.
Okay, wines as well.
A flight of wines.
Yeah,
wine flight.
Because you don't really want more than one Negroni.
No, you wouldn't want that.
A flight of wines. Yeah. And the final course should have a espresso martini option for people that don't want just an espresso. Okay?
Optional.
Perfect. Katie, it's been so lovely to have you here today. I think I can hear your plane is taking off behind you. You're just about to be whisked away to some magical climb. But it's been so lovely to see you today, and we can't wait to hear more.
So lovely. I'm going to miss both of you a lot this Christmas, but
Merry Christmas.
I'm very happy to see you now.